Hello, and welcome to this edition of What the Hell Just Happened? The vlog that isn't afraid to grab the bull by the tail and look deeply into the matters at hand. I'm your host, Martin Ganopolar. This week, we must begin by addressing the elephant in the room. No, not the first imaging of a black hole, although they might be related. I'm referring to the release of the Reader's Digest version of the Mueller report. In his press conference, Attorney General Barr declared in a clear voice that the report confirmed that no conspiracy, collusion, or cover-up by the president or his campaign ever existed. So we can all just now move on, right? Hell no. What now comes into focus are the prosecutions in the Southern District of New York, which names Trump and family as unindicted co-conspirators in felonious abuse of campaign funds, of using his foundation for personal gain, and in benefiting from the Russians on numerous enterprises and schemes. So now, we'll look to the SDNY courts to sort this out, and the congressional committees to assess whether or not impeachment or censure is appropriate for these alleged crimes. Stay tuned. Next, we take a giant step into the land of innovation, Silicon Valley, California, specifically the C-suite and executive boardroom of Facebook. And what the hell just happened there? Well, this week, leaked documents revealed that Mark Zuckerberg, the Tin Woodsman of technology, sold you out to gain control of social media. Here's how it worked. Let's say that you are not so much a living, feeling human being, but rather a deep set of data that spends money simply to live. Sound like you? Of course not. Yet this is how you were treated by Mark the Shark. While Facebook gave high-paying companies access to your deeply personal data, they spun it as a way of protecting user privacy. Nice. For example, Amazon spent a buttload of money on ads on Facebook. So Facebook gave them all your personal data. This is why you'll see ads on your news feed for stuff kind of like the things you bought last week on Amazon. You ever notice that? And you thought they were just reading your mind, didn't you? Sure. All this happened under our collective noses while Facebook said it was protecting you and creating a warm and fuzzy place for you to connect with friends and family. If you ask me, it all stinks to high heaven. Speaking of things that are high, guess what the hell just happened to a bunch of Southern doctors this week? A task force of federal drug enforcement prosecutors busted 60 physicians and pharmacists for illegally handing out opioid prescriptions in what they say is the biggest crackdown of its kind in U.S. history. Now, these are not your kindly old family doctors like the one who took out little Bobby's tonsils. Some of these doctors and dentists are accused of trading drugs for sex, giving prescriptions to Facebook friends without medical exams, and unnecessarily pulling teeth to justify writing pain pill prescriptions. Other doctors are accused of handing out pills directly for cash payments, including to pregnant women. Authorities say these guys gave out about 350,000 prescriptions, totaling more than 32 million pills in Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia, and Alabama just last year. Now, in the past 19 years, over 219,000 people have died from prescription drug overdoses. That's the equivalent of every resident of Spokane, Washington. In 2018, 5 times as many people died as compared to 1999. And the beat goes on. Next, we venture to Sacramento, California, where we find Teresa McCracken. Miss McCracken taught public school at the San Juan Unified School District for a long and happy career of 30 years. Though she retired 4 years ago, she didn't stop teaching. Instead, she began to volunteer as an instructor of English as a second language and citizenship classes for recent Afghani immigrant women. When asked why she took up the chalk once more, she replied, "It just motivates my life. I just feel like I'm giving them power to enjoy their life here in America," end quote. A student who's been in the U.S. for 2.5 years said, Miss McCracken's class has changed her life. She said, "My teacher is so amazing. She teaches with a powerful energy and she encourages us to learn." So this week, Teresa McCracken received the Spirit of San Juan Award from her former school district. The school principal said of her, she's a humble person. She doesn't like a lot of attention, doesn't like people calling her out for going above and beyond. For her, it's a way of life. There's no doubt when we thought of someone who exemplified the Spirit of San Juan Award, it was her. Thanks, Teresa McCracken, and all the teachers out there who see education as a calling. And thanks to you for watching this episode of What the Hell Just Happened. Happy Passover, Easter, and 420. Bye for now.